Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Bonsai, Life, and Flow. So, today we are going to be talking about awakening your intuition. And before I get to going on about that, I want to mention that Bonsai, Life, and Flow is bringing on its first online course, which is the Bonsai Dance Elemental Flow series. So if you are interested in dancing with the elements, learning more about dancing in nature, getting into moving meditation, then this would be the awesome online course for you. And that's what I've been working hard on for a while now. So if you're interested, then registration is open and there will be a link down below. So without further ado, let's get to the next part. But I'm gonna have company here in a second, so I'm gonna have to put it on hold. And I'm back. Okay, what are we talking about? Okay, yeah. So this video is about awakening your intuition. So, boop. So I'm pretty new to this, and there are many books that you can dive into and different channels you can go into for awakening your intuition. So this is a beginner's viewpoint on awakening your intuition. But I can say that what I have learned is the intuition is your third eye. So right in the space between your eyebrows and maybe a little bit up. And so this area in the chakra system is your third eye, and it is related to the color of indigo most of the time, or like a violet color. And it works more subtly. So usually, I bet your intuition has been speaking to you your whole life. It's that little teeny voice inside of your head that you should have listened to on many of occasions, where you're like, man, I totally should have listened to that. Or that red flag that showed up that you're like, I should have listened to that. It's that gut feeling that usually they say you feel it in your gut. So that nice gut feeling. Some people are more in touch and in tune with their intuition than others. And the more that you listen to it, the more it'll grow. So the more you'll be able to perceive and discern what your intuition is telling you. So it doesn't necessarily come through your mind as words. I have had it come through my mind as words, and everyone is different. But for me, most of the time, it's a feeling more than words that show up in my mind. So when you are trying to awaken your intuition, one of the first things I would have you do, or suggest that you do, is setting the intention for awakening your intuition. Setting that intention and putting it out there that you want to awaken your intuition, open up your third eye, open up to listening to your intuition and hearing your intuition. And that is, to me, the first step, is declaring it and making it known that this is what you actually want to do, and then start taking the steps to do it. So yes, there are crystals you can use, there are herbs you can use to assist you in this, but those are just tools, and you do have the power within yourself. That is my belief anyway. And what I would recommend, my second thing that I would say, is to start small. So one fun thing that I really like to do with my intuition is with food and drinks. So when I'm going for my tea, I intuitively decide my tea. Like, let my intuition guide me to what feels like a yes, like a full yes. And you'll notice subtle differences when you do this with food and drinks. You'll start to, if you really just take a deep breath and relax and look at them, and you can be like, is this the one for me? Is this one for me? Is this the one? And you'll find something that goes yes. Like, you'll feel this expansion, this like yes, or as some people say, a full fuck yes. That's what you're gonna feel. If you feel meh, then it's like a maybe or a no. And then if you feel no, if you feel like a contraction, like ugh, then definitely that's a no. So it's pretty simple once you get in tune with your body and in tune with your intuition, but starting with these small things like, what tea do I want? And you can either just generally say it, or I'll look individually at the teas or at the food items, and ask each, is this the one for me? And it'll be like, meh. Is this the one? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So you'll feel it or you'll hear it, most likely. But start small and just be patient with yourself. If you don't like, if the first several times even that you try it, you don't hear anything or feel anything, you're like, what the hell is she talking about? Take a deep breath and make sure your mind is clear. You're not thinking this, you're not overthinking this. The mind has to be clear for you to connect with this part of your being. It's not, especially if you're not used to it. Okay. And then the next thing I would say is, they call it a gut feeling, like that gut feeling. And I have also heard it connected, your intuition is connected to your heart. So it's your heart feeling as well. So we think a lot with our mind, like our brain, but this is our feeling with our heart. So if you do have a lot of protection around your heart, a lot of shields, like a lot of us do, or can have, just be aware of that. If you're having a hard time opening your heart, doing some heart meditations, heart opening, heart chakra opening meditations may help. But this may help you get in tune with that feeling that is the intuition. Just thinking of that feeling things out with your heart. And the last thing I'll leave you with is, when you open your intuition and you start to connect with it, listen. Yeah, listen to it. So if you actually listen to it and go with it, number one, you'll have this feeling of lightness usually. Even if it's a hard thing, you'll have a feeling of lightness. If you ignore your intuition and go against it, you'll usually feel a sense of regret. So that's just, this seems to be the way it tells me. But notice that in yourself. Look at past events when you thought you knew and you just didn't go with your gut thing, and then afterwards, what'd you feel? Usually a lot of times regret or remorse for not going with what your gut told you. So listen to it. The more you listen to it, the more you'll be able to hear it, the more you'll be able to just discern. And if you keep on ignoring it, the less it'll speak up, the more that eye will close down because you're not paying attention to it. So that would be one of the more important things that has helped me a lot. And I try to go with my intuition as much as possible, whenever possible. And it can be something really small and tedious, like go to that store, go to that thing. I have had that happen. I just had that recently happen where I was like, go to that event. And then I was trying to talk myself out of it, but my intuition was like, poke, 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 poke. No, you need to do this. So I did, and it felt good, and I made a good connection there. So, so you never know what your intuition is trying to get, what the reasoning is for. A lot of times it'll seem like, why? But if you just trust in it, go with it, it won't do you wrong. Okay? So, I hope this helps, and have an amazing, magical day. Soon spring will come, I swear. It's very snowy still. We're supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow in Minnesota. Again. So. That's it. Okay. Go dance. Have fun. Have a magical day. Bye.